Hi, my name is Katie Frenchick, and for my Capstone project, I worked with the Tucson Police Department and the Public Safety Communications Department under the City of Tucson to help them understand the danger levels of their calls for service from 2017 through 2021. As you can see here, this is my initial script. I did everything in R programming. I received a raw file of close to 1 million rows. Um, and there was a lot of interesting information in there. We created I sat down with every stakeholder on this project to understand how calls for service, that's your 911 calls, how they work from start to finish, from the time that somebody calls 911 all the way till the time when an officer responds and deals with the situation. And all the data that I have, we remove things that didn't matter, didn't were not part of this analysis. And there were some duplications. Definitely pointed out some issues with their underlying data where they need to work with their data engineer. Unfortunately, I was unable to determine who that person was or be able to get connected with that person, but um, made some suggestions for them moving forward to work with that person. So so this is my cleaning script. So all I did in this is understand the data, clean it, prepare it for the analysis. The next script is my actual analysis. And in this analysis, it's kind of fun actually. This, obviously getting rid of some of the event types that we didn't need, because that was one of the things I did in my cleaning script, was update the event types to the newest and latest event types that they respond to. Ran through, did some probabilities, and so to understand how accurate they are with categorizing their calls, which is really pretty accurate. And then went through and created a few different types of plots, bar plots, mostly some line charts, um, bunch of Sankey diagrams, which are really fun. This was something new that Dr. Picoral introduced to me. It was really great for understanding how the relationships between different variables are fitting in, what the flow of those relationships looks like. So great for visualization. I highly recommend it. Didn't end up using it in my final product, but it was really helpful for me while I was doing the actual analysis. Created as you see here, the elements of danger. Really took an idea, or looked at all of the different elements that go into making something more or less dangerous. Finally finished with some regression models. And as you can see here, I mean, um, had some issues with my linear regression. Linear regression usually don't use it on categorical data, which is why I pretty much abandoned it and went into doing the logistic regression, um, and for high, medium, and low danger, so that way we could understand the variables and how they impact the danger levels, the ultimate danger levels. Took that information. Now I did a lot of work, as you can see within this document. A lot of it that didn't end up actually in the final document, but it was more used for me to understand their data, so I knew exactly what direction I wanted to take the actual final report. Put that in our Markdown, and you can see here on the side, I went through and discussed all of my findings, which unfortunately will not be able to really show you the majority of that. But you can see an example of what the Markdown looked like, with some information in here. And then what I ended up doing was actually moving this over into a Word document, using the book down Word document. This worked out really, really well. So that way I had my captions automatically figured in. And then finally went from a Word document over into a PDF. And this PDF is really small because these findings are somewhat proprietary. But to give you an idea of the different types of visualizations that I used, you can see a lot of bar charts. These were kind of fun, looking at yearly overviews to understand trends. Um, so got a density plot in there. So yeah, so a lot of different plots, a lot of different information. And that is the whole of my Capstone project. Many hours of work, very exciting, very interesting, and uh, very hopefully very helpful when it comes to helping our our public safety. Thank you very much.